Good afternoon. So this is another unboxing review of a new pistol from Pellet. It's the ASG CZ P-09. This is the box. You said you can fire BBs through it, but notice it's got a rifle barrel, so I'd just stick to the pellets if I was you. Information on the back of the box, yeah, so you some details there. So that's the actual box. The manuals are really quite nice, the ASG manuals, they're all photos. Yeah, it tells you everything you need to know. That's all you need to know about that, really, to be fair. If you get a manual, nice to read it. I always tend to read mine. Can tell you things about it that you might need to know. So always read your manuals, very important. So moving on, so this is the pistol. It's a polymer lower frame with a steel top slide. There you go, that's all the details there. I'll show you the other side as well. So it's got a decocks on this side, and the safety on the other side. That's your slide, and that's your details of the actual. Yeah, the light's not great at the moment. It's getting dark. It's starting to get dark, so we'll try and run this through. So basically, your rear sights are white dots front and back, and just trying to line them up. So they're quite nice sights. They are fixed. You can't adjust them. Just drop the magazine. That's your mag release there, by the way. You pop that, and you've got your stick magazine. So you've got 8 shots each end. Okay. So you can load them 2 at a time, and they rotate them clockwise, and then so you can load them pretty quickly. I've used basically Superfields. I'm using this 8.4 grain domes. You can use wad cutters. It says in the magazine. Some says, "Oh, don't use domes." It doesn't say that in the manual. It says make sure whatever pellets you use don't protrude. Yeah. So when you put your pellet in, and you push it flush at this end. Make sure it doesn't go past the outer edge of the thing. Otherwise, you'll get a jam. And the 8.4 grain are fine, yeah. So yeah, I tend to use domes in all my pistols, but I did test this with some wad cutters. So that's the magazine. So what you got on this side, you've got a decocker on this side. So if you cock the slide, that cocks the hammer, and then you can actually decock it. If I just pull that down like that, that decocks it. So you can, if you're shooting it and you change the magazine, you don't want to fire it again for a bit, you can decock it. That also turns the safety on as well. Now that's the safety on, so you can't pull the trigger. Now to turn the safety off, it's a bit of a pain. You've got a springy button there. You've got to push that in, and then push it up. If I can just get it, pretty easy to do it that way around. That's it, like that, and that shows a red dot. Yeah, because I'm right-handed. So yeah, so if you cock it, yeah, and then you decock it, you'll see that safety locked down, and that brings the safety on when you decock it. Okay. So that's that. Blowback, yeah, it's got more or less full blowback to there, so it's a good blowback. Just flick the safety off again. The trigger, it's the first bit there is basically where it indexes the magazine, turns it, and then you put it the rest of the way, and it sort of fires. It feels a little bit like soft, you know, the actual, when it fires the system off. But it seems to be reliable, and it seems to be, you know, I've put a couple of CO2s through this. I did a bit of a chrony test and did a functional to make sure it all works okay. So yeah, once you get used to that trigger, it's a £3 pull for the rotation and then a £6 release. So it's not a massively heavy trigger, and it is really just a plinker. It's got a rail underneath, as you can see. You can put a laser or flashlight on it. So yeah, the only working parts on this basically is your mag release and your safety. That is obviously fake. That's your slide lock bit. Obviously on a rotating pellet pistol or a belt, you don't have a final shot lock open on those. So basically, you just need to count your shots. So yeah, really nice. CO2, yeah. Basically, you've got a latch like this. It's very much like the CZ P-09, if I remember rightly. That just lifts off, and you pop your CO2 in there. It's got a metal tab and your valve. You can see the valve. There you go. There's the valve in there. So I put a little bit of Pelvin oil on my CO2 every time, and it lubricates the actual gas system inside. I'll look after the seals and the valve. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cold. And then when you vent it, obviously just turn it a little bit and let it vent slowly. Don't just undo it fully, because that's how people blow their seals out. Yeah, vent it slowly and allow any excess CO2 left in the capsule to vent. I do that with all my pistols, and I've never lost a valve yet. Touch wood. Okay, so that's quite important. And then to put your CO2 in, that goes back in like that and locks on. Okay, that's the back grip back on. Okay, so what does it do? How does it perform? So I use these Superfields, 8.4 grain, put it through the Chrony, and I also use some R10 like matched pellets. They're like wad cutters, like target pellets. So basically I tried them, I put 8 shots through each, gave them a bit of a break in between to allow the CO2 to recover. So quite a decent energy, 1.86 with the Superfields, and I think it was 1.98 with the wad cutters. Yep, so that's pretty good. Shot wise, you'll get well, I did up to 48 shots with these, 3 magazines, yeah, 316 shots, and then it sort of tailed off a little bit. So you probably get, it was pretty cold today, it was like 8-9 degrees, so it was cold when I did this outside. So yeah, you'll get at least 3 full mags, that's 48 shots, because this is a blowback. How it actually shot, semi-rested at 10 yards, it was like sort of just resting on the front of a bag. It does kick up a bit because it's a blowback, and when you fire a blowback pistol off a bag, even a rice bag, you'll feel it kick a bit. So yeah, so what I've got here, I've got 8 shots, and they're like a 1.18 inches, which is like 30mm group. Slightly to one side as well, so it's shooting slightly to the left. It's grouping around about here. So I expected it to do that when I took it outside and shot the same thing freestanding. But actually it's shot a bit more central, so probably a little bit to the left still. Whether it was kicking off the bag and kicking to the left, I don't know. But that was like 7 shots freestanding. That one up there, I think I actually moved, I pulled. But there's 7 shots there. Again, same sort of group, 30mm group. But yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 6 under a thumb there. That's freestanding at 10 yards. So aim point was around about there. So yeah, it's probably shooting a little bit low for that sight, but it seems to shoot pretty straight. So it's a pretty nice shooting pistol, to be fair. I like it, yeah. It's probably needs more lead in the barrel. I did give the barrel a clean before I did these Chrony tests, I think, because I thought it was shooting a little erratically initially, so I did clean the barrel, and there was some muck came out of the barrel, because I get all these in storage. Normally have some form of protection on the actual rifle barrel, and it is a nice, fairly nice rifle barrel. Once I cleaned it and I look at the barrel, the actual rifling is actually quite nice quality if you compare it to, say, the SIG barrels. Umrex barrels are probably by far the best quality, the ones I've found anyhow, and also the Webley barrels. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, it's a nice weight. Like I said, the trigger pull is £3 to actually rotate this, because as you pull the trigger, and obviously if you cock the hammer first, yeah, it basically it rotates to there, and then you'll see the trigger go. And of course you can fire it double action, but once the first blowback goes, once it blows back and cocks the hammer like that, then it is a lot easier to shoot. Okay, in fact the trigger is quite nice like that. Okay, so seems very well made. Barrel looks nice. All the actual details, yeah, markings, it's all authentic. It's all you know, it's all registered trademarks on it. Yeah, so yeah, nice pistol. Probably going to do a bit more testing outside with it. Obviously, do an outdoor shooting review. I expect it to probably improve the more lead I put into the barrel, because obviously all rifle barrels do need to be leaded in. And same with pistols, but you probably want to do put a fair few through the actual barrel for it to, you know, lead the barrel in, and that should improve the actual grouping. Okay, so there you go. So that's the P-09, the CZ P-09 from ASG. Been around a long time, but I've been eyeing this up for a while, and it was on a special offer from Pellet Packs this year, so I thought, yeah, special offer, quite a bit cheaper, so I thought, yeah, why not buy one, see what it's like, and yeah, it shoots really nice. So I hope you like the little video. Have a nice Christmas and take care, and thanks for watching.